Well, hello, everyone. You probably don't recognize me, so I think I need to take off some of this stuff. And hopefully you're all wearing your CU gear too. Welcome, everyone. My name is Jerron Bryan. I'm the Alumni Communications Manager for the Skaggs School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. It is my pleasure to be your host for this evening's event. Now, some of you may have asked upon receiving the invitation, how in the world are they going to pull this off? We don't have a football game, there's no tailgate, plus the joy of finding adequate parking in the Boulder area near Folsom Field is null and void. Well, the key was to find someone with the most outrageously obnoxious personality to guide us through the hour and present the illusion of a live gathering. In the absence of such a person, you get me. So sorry. But I want to promise you the torture will be minimized by the exciting individuals who are lined up for the celebration. So who we have with us here today? We have the Dean, we have our Alumni Association board officers, student ambassadors are here with us, and our award recipients. They all are here to help us in having the best homecoming gathering a virtual setting can provide. So without further delay, allow me to introduce our illustrious leader since 2006, Dean Ralph Altieri, to kick us off. The floor is yours, Dean.
Well, 2006, I'm trying to think if that was a good year for wine that year. Probably was in Burgundy, I'm guessing, yeah. At any rate, good evening, everybody, and welcome. And it's great to have all of you joining us this evening. I'll begin by extending my hearty thank you to Jerron, our cowboy here, who does such a great job with our Alumni Association and who put together today's this evening's event, and who always has a smile on his face, and I don't know how he does that. But thank you, Jerron. Great work.
You're welcome.
Needless to say, we've had to resort to inventive and creative means to stay connected over the past 7 months, as Jerron alluded to for this event. And the response to this shift to the virtual world has provided some interesting lessons for us as we navigate our education programs, our meetings, our conferences, and events like this one. And your participation in tonight's event really is a testament to this change in your adaptation to the new COVID world. As someone who wrote to me in an email, actually some months ago, we are all becoming zombies, which happened to me months ago. And it's a fitting analogy as we are approaching Halloween. Zombies, zombies, yeah. I don't know which is worse. At any rate, this is our first ever virtual Stay at Homecoming and Alumni Awards event. Normally, we'd have two separate ones, but decided to combine them for the virtual format this year, and that way it saves all of us from having yet another Zoom meeting. Thank you for that, Jerron. So tonight, it's really our privilege to honor two really incredible people among our alumni ranks who have really excelled in their aspect of the pharmacy profession. They're a reflection of all of you as healthcare professionals, and they are an extension of our school as further proof of the outstanding education we offer to prepare our future professionals for their work in pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences. And they embody the very mission of our school, which is our commitment to excellence and innovation in professional graduate and postgraduate education. Before we move into the evening ceremonies, I have a few brief updates for you about the school. I think it's safe to say that now more than ever, our school is emboldened to stand firm in its endeavor to remain true to its mission of innovation. You probably have received the news concerning our recent funding from the ALSAM Foundation. That's where we get our name, the Skaggs School of Pharmacy, from Mr. Skaggs, who found founded his foundation. At any rate, this recent funding will secure a state-of-the-art technology to aid in the work of a new drug development center in our school on the Anschutz campus. This technology will speed up the process of drug discovery and development and is available to all researchers on our campus when that equipment arrives, which will probably be in January or February of next year. We're also keeping up with the future of pharmacy and offering continuing education courses in PrEP and PEP therapy to help further help in the HIV therapy, and offering new certificate programs in cannabis medication to give pharmacists and other healthcare professionals additional tools to provide their patients. These are all assets and resources that, of course, are available to you also. This year, we enrolled 139 first-year students, up from 106 last year. A testament to the quality, I think, of our educational programs, but also thanks to the tireless efforts of our marketing and communications office, directed by Lori Westerman, who I believe has joined us this evening. So thank you, Lori, and also thank you to your team, and also to our Office of Student Services, headed by Dr. Brian Hemstreet, who's also on this call, our admissions director, Wayne McCarron, and our admissions committee. Hopefully we'll be able to come close to that level of enrollment next year. And this is really an impressive aspect to our school in that our numbers are the polar opposite of what is happening nationally, where there is a continuing decline in the number of candidates applying to pharmacy school. So very well done, team. It's a great testament to your work, and I think to the quality, certainly, of our faculty and our programs. By far, though, I have to say, you are our major asset. You are our voice and our messenger for the school. So no matter how you're involved with us, your participation at every level makes a difference in our ability to sustain the quality of our programs particularly during these unprecedented times. So I thank you for being the voice of our school out in the community wherever you happen to live and do your work. So we really appreciate the good word you put out for us. Now with that, I'm going to turn the program back over to Jaron, and we can begin to enjoy the award ceremony and the other activities that he has planned for us, because Jaron is always planning activities, aren't you?
Well, yes, I am. And you know, that is a perfect segue, Dean Altieri, because I would certainly be remiss if we couldn't have a game of some nature. I mean, it is homecoming. We would normally be up on Boulder's campus eating food and having games and getting all sorts of tchotchkes. So we have modern technology to help us with this time around. And we also have our ambassadors. So I'm going to ask Brenda Tran, one of our ambassadors, to come forward, and she's going to do our first prize drawing. Brenda, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, I'm Brenda Tran, a current P3 at the University of Skaggs School of Pharmacy. And a little bit about myself, I'm from California and I graduated from the University of California, Irvine. And I am one of the student ambassadors at this event. And to have some fun, I thought we could start off with the CU Homecoming Trivia Wheel. And we will be starting off by asking a question from where the wheel lands on. And the first 5 people to answer the question right will be mailed a prize. Okay, so the wheel landed on select the correct sequence of former deans since Dean Ralph Altieri. And everyone will see a poll pop up. And remember, the first 5 people to answer will get a prize mailed to them. Okay, and then if you haven't submitted your response yet, please do so. We'll be closing the poll soon.
Duran, I think you should provide a little background music for us. Where's that kazoo of yours? I'm sorry. I apologize, everyone. I shouldn't have given the idea.
You'll get my radio. That's about it.
Okay, and let's see the results. Okay, so
that's pretty good.
Yeah, so the correct answer was actually B, with 42% of correct responses.
Good show. All right, and so as Brenda had noted, we will be mailing the people who answered correctly, the first 5, a prize for answering the question correctly. So thank you very much for that participation. We will have a second drawing later on in the program. So if you didn't get a chance to participate in the first poll, there's a second chance for you. We're all about second chances here. All right, and so this was actually a very good question because in talking about our history as far as our deans are concerned, we wanted to give the floor to former Dean Lou Diamond, who I think is in the room. Dr. Diamond, are you in the room? Would you like to address the crowd? If not, we can move on, but I thought for sure that he was in here, and he is not.
Duran, I think you got muted there.
Yeah, I saw that. Are you able to hear me now? All right, perfect. All right, so now let's just get right to it. As the dean had noted, we are honoring 2 fantastic individuals today. For our first award, we have our board member, Lokendra Lukide, who will be offering the award for the Horizon Alumni. The floor is yours, Loki.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Lokendra Upadhyay. I'm a 2-time graduate of the University of Colorado Pharmacy School. I received my bachelor's in 1993 and then started my journey into the PharmD world in 2011 through the non-traditional program. And then just a quick 7 years later, I was able to complete my PharmD. So I completed that in 2018, also from the University of Colorado. So I reside in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been on the board for a few years, and I'm very honored and excited to present the award tonight. So let me just get to it. So I'm going to present, so the Horizon Award was an award that was established in 2019, and it recognizes recent graduates within the last 10 years at the University of Colorado Skaggs School of Pharmacy. The recipients, the criteria for the recipient awardee is either made an outstanding contribution to the practice of pharmacy, demonstrated potential for major accomplishments in a professional pharmacy practice, or significant contributions in pharmaceutical research and development. The inaugural recipient of the award, Dr. Kevin Kerr, embodies the very spirit of this award with just an overflowing list of accomplishments. A member of the class of 2011, Dr. Kerr is currently the Director of Clinical Development at Aerie Pharmaceuticals, where he leads early and late stage clinical programs to develop novel treatments for ophthalmic diseases with unmet medical needs. Prior to his tenure at Aerie Pharmaceuticals, he spent 9 years at Allergan working on clinical stage programs to treat diseases of the retina. So also while at Allergan, Dr. Kerr served as the University of Southern California Allergan Fellowship Program Coordinator. and fellowship mentor. He was Allergan's first postdoctoral fellow from the University of Colorado. In addition, he precepted more than 30 pharmacy students during that time. Many of them were CU graduates. Additionally, he has served as a core team lead, clinical team lead, and lead clinical scientist in at least 12 developmental programs and collaborated with cross-functional team leads to design and plan clinical trials. He's authored or co-authored approximately 24 scientific publications, and if that's not enough, he's also a co-inventor in 3 patents. Dr. Kerr earned 4 degrees, so he's outdone me, at the University of Colorado system and remains committed to his alma mater. He is an annual guest lecturer for the Introduction in Pharmaceutical Industry elective course and will participate as a speaker in the Dean's Leadership Convocation Series in December to present the Annabelle Gardner Lecture on Vision-Related Medicine. Dr. Kerr continues to remain active with the CU community as an APPE preceptor, a fellowship mentor, and a guest lecturer. He is a fine example of staying Skaggs healthy and CU proud. So it is with my pleasure to present the inaugural 2020 Horizon Alumni Award to Dr. Kevin Kerr.
Thank you so much, Dr. Padre. This is the virtual handing off of the award. So thank you, Jerome, for sending it over this way. And I'm truly honored to be the inaugural recipient of this award from among so many talented University of Colorado alumni who provide an excellent care to patients everywhere. And since graduation, it's been a real pleasure to keep in touch with the CU community and even get to know many people better after graduation. And I'd like to start with acknowledging Dean Altieri for his leadership. And it's been a pleasure to see him nearly every year at ASHP since graduation, though maybe not this year. And I'd like to thank all the instructors and professors whose knowledge and efforts gave me a solid preparation for my career. And while many faculty had an impact, and I'd like to acknowledge more, I'll name a couple, though they may not be here. Maybe I should choose people in the audience. But these are people who had kind of a special launch to my career. And first is Dr. Gleason, who assisted me in my exploration of the pharmaceutical industry while I was a student. And roughly 3 years ago, she started the Introduction to Pharmaceutical Industry elective and invited me as a guest lecturer. And this is a really fantastic course, and it's a great way for students to be introduced to just opportunities in industry. Next, I'd like to thank Dr. Neufer for the nice quote that was included as part of the information for this committee. And it's been a pleasure working with Dr. Neufer and everyone in the experiential office under Dr. Thompson's leadership as a preceptor. Also, quick acknowledgement for Greg Lee, who has been my main contact there. And the entire experiential office really provides great support for preceptors and students every year. And finally, I had a memorable geriatrics rotation with Dr. Lindeberg. And in particular, this rotation gave me context for my ongoing work in developing treatments for age-related macular degeneration and other age-related diseases. And I'll note that Dr. Lindeberg has also earned a place on my parents' wall of pictures because she hooded me during the graduation ceremony. Also, thank you to Associate Dean Thompson for the invitation to participate as a convocation speaker. And I'm really looking forward to that in December. And a special thanks to all the wonderful CU students who I've had the opportunity to host for APPE rotations or as postdoc fellows. And these recent grads are really doing amazing things. So I'm humbled that this award is presented to a recipient who exemplifies potential for significant contributions to the profession of pharmacy. And working with my colleagues, I hope to realize this potential in the coming years to develop multiple novel treatments that serve the needs of patients. And I hope to amplify my efforts also by providing opportunities to other talented new grads. So thank you so much again for the recognition and for the opportunity to be part of the CU community.
Thank you so much, Kevin, and congratulations. It's always great to hear what the alumni are doing, catching us up to speed. It just reinforces the reason why you are the recipient of the award this year. For our next award, I want to check to make sure that our board president, Donald Backus, is on the line with us. Dr. Backus, are you with us? If not, I will take this particular section of the program. And it would be my honor to do so because our next recipient is for the Distinguished Alumni Award. And that person is Deborah Devereaux, who is here with us. So let me just read some background on Deborah Devereaux. The Distinguished Alumni Award was first established in 2016, but this is actually the first year in which it's being awarded. It recognizes graduates of the University of Colorado Skaggs School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences who have made distinguished contributions to the practice of pharmacy or demonstrated major accomplishments in a professional pharmacy practice or significant contributions in pharmaceutical research and development. The inaugural recipient for this year's award, Deborah Devereaux, carries a large cachet of experience within the realm of the pharmacy profession. Her accomplishments could keep us here all night, but I want to give you a little glimpse into what this class of 1976 alumna has accomplished. As a hospital pharmacist and a national expert on drug utilization and Medicare and Medicaid prescription drug programs, and as a consultant, Deborah has a long list of contributions to the practice of pharmacy. After graduating from the School of Pharmacy in 1976, she started working for the University of Colorado Health Sciences Center, moving up through the ranks and becoming Assistant Director of Pharmacy. She was a voting member of the Institutional Review Board and supervised the clinical pharmacy programs. She learned research design, benefit risk analysis, cultivated mentors, and served on interprofessional, try saying that twice, interprofessional committees along the way. After a move to Northern Colorado in 1989, Deborah managed Wyoming Medicaid's Drug Utilization Review Program for 16 years at the University of Wyoming School of Pharmacy. She was also an adjunct professor, becoming an expert on government programs. Deborah was also selected by her alma mater as the Distinguished Coloradan for 2003, as further evidence of her outstanding contributions to pharmacy. In 2006, Deborah started consulting for the Gorman Health Group, using her clinical pharmacy skills to help clients navigate a new Medicare program. She was Senior Vice President of Pharmacy and Clinical Solutions at Gorman Health Group, now known as Convy Health Solutions, until December 2018. In this role, she was responsible for leading a team of pharmacists, nurses, and business analysts, consultants with broad health plan and benefits experience. She and her team led a number of engagements, including development of applications for Medicare Advantage prescription drug plans and special needs plans, corrective action plan responses, mock audits and audit preparedness, contracting and implementation, Part D compliance with Medicare, medication therapy management auditing and strategy, and delegation oversight and monitoring. Currently, Devereaux, Deb, along with her former colleagues, has formed the Rebellis Group, a consulting enterprise focused on innovative strategies for health plan operation and technology. She presents nationally and internationally and has published in the areas of drug utilization, mentoring, special needs plans, star ratings, and pharmacy strategic planning. She is past president of the American Society of Health System Pharmacists and has served on several councils, commissions, and committees for the ASHP. She is an ASHP and an honorary University of Wisconsin resident. And in June 2020, Deborah received the Colorado Pharmacists Association Bowl of Hygeia Award. Pretty big award for that organization. She's an avid skier, a golfer, and intrepid traveler who loves spending beautiful fall afternoons in Folsom Stadium cheering on her beloved Buffs. Sorry we can't be there this year, Deb, but I know the spirit is still with you. It is my pleasure to present the inaugural 2020 Distinguished Alumni Award to Class of 1976 alumna, Deborah Devereaux.
Good evening and happy homecoming. Unfortunately, I wish we were in Folsom Stadium, because is there any more beautiful stadium in the fall than Folsom Field? So I miss it a lot, but and I, like all of you, I have a lot of Zoom fatigue. So I want to say I'm so humbled and honored to receive this inaugural award, and I want to thank the Alumni Association Board and Dean Altieri. I hope next year at this time we'll be able to get back to our regularly scheduled lives and be able to celebrate in person in Boulder. I've spent a lot of time in the past month thinking about our time in pharmacy school back in '06, it turns out, and my years in pharmacy practice. I really don't know if most pharmacy school classes is as close as ours. I would probably say no, because they're so much larger now. The class of 1976 was and is special. The old adage, work hard and play hard, would certainly describe us. We were together 3 to 4 years, every day and every class. I think maybe what was special was the spirit of cooperation, helpfulness, and everyone being interested in everyone kind of doing well. And probably the beer and margaritas did help. The labs were actually pretty fun, except for the frog pithing. And there was always someone to bail you out when the suppositories didn't turn out, or if your solution had crystals, God forbid. In that class, we just felt like we belonged. So many great memories, so many hours in the Ketchum Science Library, and all those Diet Dr. Peppers. Friends then and friends now. And I specifically want to give a shout out to the women of '76. Isabella and Nana, both of whom I have on speed dial. 2 Marys, Mary Falvey and Mary Schmidt. Katie, Betty, Lil, Nancy, Teresa, and Doris. We were a squad even before they invented squads. I also want to acknowledge the pharmacy school faculty, and particular for me, Dr. Hammerness, Dr. Jones, and Dr. Appel, for stimulating my thinking about pharmacy as a career and the possibilities out there in the world. I have had a great career. I got tired just listening to Jaron talk about it. I've failed retirement once already because I found out that I missed working with colleagues and clients on projects to strengthen medication use outcomes. I have loved being a pharmacist almost every day since I graduated. You've heard love what you do and success will follow. That has been true for me. In my inaugural address as ASHP president, I talked about paying it forward, demonstrating your care for patients every day with your friends and your family, and to sometimes perfect strangers in the airport or in the grocery store line. Pharmacy continues to have a very bright future, and the increase in our responsibilities and accountabilities will culminate in more direct patient care and more prescribing. I think the CU School of Pharmacy and faculty are fantastic, and I'm happy to support the many innovative programs and exciting research they are currently engaged in now and will be engaged in the future. Thank you all for joining today, and my heartfelt gratitude for this wonderful honor. Go Buffs.
Thank you so much, Deb. And as she has acknowledged the class of 1976, this in essence I always refer to as your event, because the class of '76 always shows up strong every year for the homecoming celebration. And they're showing up strong for this event too, in support of their own. So congratulations again, Deb.
Thank
Well
you.
deserved. So I wanted to take an opportunity to introduce all of you to our current board president, who was scheduled to present this particular award, but wasn't able to get on in time. So my apologies that we couldn't get you to present this award, Dr. Backus, but would you like to share just a few words with everyone in recognition of the event?
Sure, thank you. I'm Don Backus. I'm currently the president of the Alumni Association. Sorry, for some reason my internet connection was not cooperating. I finally had to resort to using the hotspot on my phone. So I'm here now. I'd like to just say thank you all very much for coming and for attending this event. You know, given the circumstances, this is a little bit unorthodox, but at the same time, you know, it's a little bit maybe easier to make the event. So you take the good with the bad, I suppose. So again, thank you very much for coming to the event. And, you know, if anyone is interested in, you know, potentially joining the Alumni Association or the board, please feel free to contact Jerome. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Backus. And everyone keeps mentioning, you know, the unorthodox situation that we're in. I have to admit, I am sort of missing those aluminum wrapped hot dogs that we would get up in Boulder. So maybe next year. All right. So as I promised you, we would have a second prize drawing. So to run us through this particular prize drawing is another ambassador, Mina. Would you like to take the floor and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mina. I'm a P4, originally from Ohio. So we're going to do another one of the prize wheels. All right, let's spin it. Is it moving? So the question is, the CU Buffs are proud members of which athletic conference? The options are Big 12, Mountain West, Big West, and Pac-12. So you can see the poll and vote. Okay, if everyone hasn't voted, go ahead and vote now. We'll close the poll in a couple seconds. All right, let's see the answer. The answer was D, Pac-12. Good job, everybody.
Very nice. All right, and as was said before, the first 5 who answered the question correctly, we will be mailing you your prize. So you'll expect that sometime in November. Should get to you before Thanksgiving. I don't know what's going on with snail mail now, but my hope is we will get it to you before Thanksgiving. So thanks again for participating in that. So at this time, I'd like to turn the floor back over to Dean Altieri for closing remarks.
Jerron, I just wanted to jump in. I see that Dr. Diamond has joined us. I know that he was having trouble entering before. If you'd like him to say a few words.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out. I can't see. I can only see 4 people on my screen at a time. But yes, Dean Diamond, it's so wonderful to have you in the room. You know, that question I told you about for trivia came up where we wanted people to choose the correct order of deans. It would have been a perfect transition to introduce you. But, you know, any time is a perfect transition to have you address us. So please share some words of encouragement for us. And I think we'll need to unmute you. Noelle, are you able to unmute Lou Diamond?
Okay, how's that?
Perfect.
There we go.
Okay, so did anyone guess the correct order?
5 people guessed correctly.
Oh, good, good. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what went on, but I had great difficulty, but I finally did connect about 10 minutes or so ago. So let me just thank everyone who joined in. I came in just while you were introducing Deb and talking about her magnificent accomplishments. I remember saying similar things about you, Deb, when you received the Distinguished Coloradan Award. So congratulations on getting the first Alumni Award. Also to Don Backus, I was here when you came on. I'm sorry you had the same problems I had, Don. But my thanks to you for serving as the president of our Alumni Association. So I had a great experience at CU. I came to CU back in 1986 and was dean until 2007 when Dean Altieri took over. And that was a great experience for me to watch the transition. Dr. Altieri and I go back, way back into the early 1980s. And it's been a delight to see the school move forward under Dean Altieri's leadership. So to all of those that are listening that might be contemplating giving advice to others for a career in pharmacy, I think the examples you saw before you today with the 2 award recipients give you an idea of the tremendous potential that a career in pharmacy has. And moreover, the ability to not only impact your communities, but also to make an impact on a much wider level. Indeed, a national and international level, as Deb has demonstrated. So I apologize for coming in late. I thank all of you. I wish it was under different circumstances. I'm sitting up in Boulder. It is where Dr. Altieri is as well. It is absolutely miserable. We can't see anything out the window. It's all fogged in, rainy, terrible night. Anyhow, I'll turn it back to Jerome. And Jerome, I'm sorry again that I got in late, but I'm enjoying it at this point, and I'd be interested to hear Dr. Altieri's concluding comments.
Well, we are happy to have you here for sure. So Dean Altieri, I will turn the floor over to you for closing remarks.
Thank you, Jerron. Great program this evening, as you usually do for us. Obviously, the poll shows that we know a lot more about the CU sports than we do about CU deans, pharmacy deans. Just saying. I also would like to thank Don and the Alumni Association members for their great work and for hosting and creating these alumni awards, which are a great addition to our program. So thank you for all of that. I'd offer my congratulations also to Kevin and to Deb. Truly well-deserved recognition of your accomplishments. And both of you serve as just absolutely great role models for our students. So we really appreciate that. And Kevin, I certainly will look forward to your convocation talk in December. I think it's going to be quite interesting, and to hear your role in ophthalmic medications and the progress that you're making. Now, Deb and I, I live in Boulder and she lives in where are you now? Loveland, Fort Collins? Where's the new house? At any rate, we're not that far apart. Fort Collins. Yeah. And the only place we ever see each other is ASHP meetings or some international meeting in some far off country. Neither one of those is happening. We're going to have to fix this so we can get together again, Deb.
Right, exactly.
And I really look forward to that,
Me
Dave,
too.
when we can do that. So, It's great. So I'm really happy for both of you. I mean, really, truly well-deserved honors. And I'm glad that we could recognize you this way. And then thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
So I just want to thank everybody for joining us, and take care and keep yourself safe and healthy as we enter this next, what looks like pretty dangerous phase of this pandemic, the way things are shaping up. So just keep a little extra caution for yourselves and your health. And Jaron, I think you have some other things for us to do. Is that right? You must have.
Absolutely.
You always have other things for us to do.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this just concludes this portion of the program, but we actually have some breakout rooms that we created for everyone, because we couldn't let the time pass without you having an opportunity to engage with each other and do some chatting, do some actual talking. So we will be separating into breakout groups momentarily here. But before doing so, I just wanted to send out my thanks to all of our participants, to our presenters, and the award recipients, to the ambassadors for being a part of this. This was quite a lesson for me, and something I'm looking forward to doing again, with some fresh new ideas from all of you. So bring them on. Tell me what you think we should do. But I also wanted to give some special thanks to Noel Rodriguez. He's my colleague with the Central Alumni Relations Office. He was very helpful in navigating the technology that got us through tonight. So thank you so much for that, Noel. And a special thank you to the members of the Alumni Board Nominating Committee, who pretty much got these awards together for us and chose our wonderful recipients. So that's Sam Ellis, Jennifer Friend, Debbie Gallegos, Brian Killam, and Harold Akocha. The last three that I just mentioned are actually on the call with us, so hopefully you'll get a chance to talk some more with them in our breakout rooms. But that is the end of this particular program. Thank you again for participating. I hope to see you around, whether it's virtually or live. It's always a pleasure to be able to talk with all of you. Thanks again.
Hey, Jaron, one more comment. We have our student ambassadors on the call, and I don't know if you're going to make them go to breakout rooms, but the feedback is our faculty are like overdoing breakout rooms. So they may want to just bug off. I don't know.
Mina and Brenda, if you're open to that, we can place you in a breakout room.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Good.
All right. So Noel, you'll be able to take care of that from your end. And we'll see everyone in the breakout room. We know we have one for the class of 76. They're the largest group. And the rest of us will go in the general group so we can talk some more. So we'll see you in those breakout rooms. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, Jaron.
Thanks.